Hello everybody and welcome to another edition of the Monguli Show. I'm sorry that I wasn't around last week. It's just been busy. Started a new job. We're doing kitchen renovations. Everything's a mess. I mean, usually you can see a wall of board games behind me. It's slightly blurred out. Right now it's all kitchen appliances. Life's just weird right now. So I appreciate you waiting a week and I appreciate you coming back and checking this out. We're going to get talking about Apocalypse and how you can earn Titania in the month of February. Let's get to it. The first thing when you open up the new update, you get hit with Apocalypse and his horsemen all in their alternate uniform glory and this gigantic picture of Apocalypse. Now, the video is an interview with, I believe it was Archangel, community manager Archangel. I've only watched a little bit of it so far. I just wanted to get this video out. I wanted to make one because I was so itching. I hadn't done one in over a week for you guys, and I feel bad about that. Alright, well that's what I get for finishing my video before finishing watching their video. They just announced that Deathpool and Kestrel are the last two characters that you need to get Apocalypse. So to review, you need the 4 Horsemen, all of their teammates, and the 3 original characters, Deathpool, Kestrel, and Spider-Weaver, to unlock Apocalypse. Good to know. Let's get to it. What we're going to get is the actual kit for Apocalypse down below, so let's go take a look at that. I haven't looked at it all that much, to be perfectly honest, because I wanted to do it with you guys. First off, who is Apocalypse? The mutant who would become Apocalypse was born in ancient Egypt nearly 5,000 years ago. He was abandoned at birth due to his monstrous appearance and discovered by a band of raiders who named the child Unsabanur, or First Light. After being forced into slavery, his mutant powers emerged, allowing him to turn on his captors and conquer all those who stood in his way. Unsabanur traveled the world for thousands of years, sometimes hibernating for centuries at a time, championing his philosophy of mutant supremacy. He was eventually recruited by the Celestials and charged with ensuring that evolution took its natural course on Earth. Unsabanur's original mutant powers were immortality and controlling his molecular structure, but his abilities were enhanced with celestial technology, boosting his powers to godlike levels. He awoke from hibernation at various points to influence history, including during modern times when the mutant population exploded. Taking the name Apocalypse, he provoked a war between humans and mutants, bringing him into conflict with the X-Men, X-Factor, and of course, Cable. Such a cool mutant. Very cool backstory. Got a couple of good, really interesting stories too in the comics. So his traits: villain, global, mutant, and support. Now in the video above, I said I just watched a little bit of it, they were saying they wanted to make him a plug-and-play character. Of course he works well with the other horsemen, but they wanted to make it so that he could be kind of put anywhere you need him or anywhere you want him to be, and I think that's really cool. One of the things about this game that I really like is you can mix and match teams, and it just feels like they've gotten away from that recently by trying to force you into making these exact teams and build everything towards Apocalypse. So the fact that now that we're getting Apocalypse, he can just kind of go wherever you want to put him, really cool. So his basic attack is called the Alpha. Whoa. Gain offense up and speed up. Heal for 5% of this character's max health, which is phenomenal, because they said Apocalypse, when he's built, will be the biggest health pool in the game. So even though it's only 5%, that's going to be a lot of healing, and it's his basic. Stupid. Attack primary target for 400% damage plus 100% drain. This attack is unavoidable and cannot be blocked. So that was his basic, and then he's got this ISO 8. If he ever does a counter attack or assists with somebody, he's going to gain offense up and speed up, just like the Alpha. Heal for 5%, just like Alpha. Attack primary target for 250% plus 17% piercing plus 100% drain. So a little bit different than the Alpha attack, but still very strong. And it's still unavoidable and cannot be blocked. This guy is a beast. We're only on the basic. Get to his special. Whoop. Pass it. Get to his special, energy costs 6 of 6, so he can do this turn 1. Attack primary target for 350% piercing, 100% drain, and apply ability block up to a maximum of 2. Ugh. Attack all adjacent targets for 350% piercing and 100% drain. Redistribute your total squad health evenly, so he's quite the healer. Do the following for this character: all horseman allies and 2 non-horseman allies with the highest damage. Clear all negative effects. Wow. As I said, I'm reading these for the first time while I'm talking to you guys. You're getting my reactions. So the fact that he can do this for all his horseman allies is kind of a given, but the fact that he can also do it for 2 non-horsemen with the highest damage really helps with that, plug-and-play ability I was talking about there. Clearing all negative effects is huge. Apply 1 defense up to a maximum of 2. Fantastic. Apply safeguard and immunity. Holy shit. Okay. So let's take a look at that for a second. Boom. So safeguard, immunity, additional negative effects cannot be applied to this character. And then safeguard, positive effects cannot be cleared or flipped, and this effect cannot be copied or spread. So you're going to keep your positives, you're not going to gain any negatives, and they're not going to be able to flip anything. And who was that to? That was to all horsemen, to this character, all horseman allies, or 2 non-horseman allies. That's really good that he can do that at all, let alone do that to potentially your entire team. And this attack ignores defense up. My goodness. It's like, I'm going to say that this guy's a beast, but at the same time, we had to fight for an entire year to get this guy, so he should be. Ultimate. The end is here. Energy cost 8 of 10s. You have to wait a couple of turns. Clear barrier on all enemies. Attack all enemies for 500% damage and 100% drain. Ugh. Apply trauma to all enemies. Flip defense up on all enemies and flip 2 random positive effects into negative effects on all enemies. Wow. Apply trauma to all enemies. Let's just take a quick look at trauma again, too, while we're here. Trauma. Negative effects cannot be cleared or flipped, and this effect cannot be copied or spread. So whatever negative effects you're going to give to your opponent, they're going to stay there for a little bit. And he is applying trauma to all enemies twice? It's interesting they have it written down twice. I wouldn't think that you could get that twice, but sure. Become empowered. On empowered, fill speed bar for self by 60% and 10% for each horseman ally, which of course would be 100% if you're bringing the whole team. This attack is unavoidable and cannot be blocked or counterattacked. That's fucking unreal. His passive is the first mutant. This character cannot be revived. Now, they talked about that. As I said, he's going to have the highest health pool in the game, and they didn't want to make it just an auto-include to put Dormammu with him. You probably will anyways, but at least it's not like Dormammu's just going to bring him back and you'll have 2 of the highest health pool in the entire game. So that makes sense. The speed of this character and each horseman ally can only be reduced by slow. Okay. At the start of any match, enemy characters cannot spawn with safeguard. So he's going to give safeguard to his team, and he's going to keep it away from your opponents. That's fantastic. On spawn, gain immunity. Good times. On stun, clear stun. So you basically can't get stunned. And heal block. Then heal for 20% of this character's max health, which we know is going to be very high. Gain 50% max health. So your max health gets bigger? Oh yeah, this the passive. So of course, yeah, your max health gets bigger. Sorry, I thought that was attached to an attack or something, so you do it multiple times in a game. Gain 40% chance to counterattack and 15% for each villain ally. Now, not all of the horsemen are villains, but some of them are, so that's good. Gain 10% focus for each horseman, mutant, or tech ally. Oof. Empowered basic, so he's going to have his own saga, apparently. And when you beat that saga, you can get his empowered ability like you've been able to do so far with Morgan Le Fay, Rogue, or Red Hulk. Empowered basic, the Omega. Attack primary target for 60% of target's max health. That's your opponent's max health. You're going to hit them for over half of their health, period. Probably more. This attack ignores death proof, so you're going to murder them, and passives that trigger when a character drops below a certain health. Characters killed by this attack cannot be revived. Clear empowered. This attack is unavoidable and cannot be blocked by counterattack. This attack is going to murder enemies. This is going to one-hit people, and they can't have death proof. They cannot be revived. Wow. You want to empower your Apocalypse. It's going to be insane. The Omega, indeed. Whew. Oh, I'm excited. He looks very good. I do wish that you could get, and you probably will be able to at some point, I wish you could get the 90s comic TV show costume for him, this Egyptian thing, Looks okay, but I'm just a sucker for the classics. All right. Now the stuff that you can do right now. That's all well and cool, but it's all in the future. Let's get to the stuff that you can do. Well, it's still the future, I guess, but it's much closer in the future. The stuff you're going to be able to do in a couple of days with the Destructive Diva and Titania, who we're going to unlock in February. This is a really cool character. They're kind of... I don't know that much about Titania historically, but it definitely feels kind of like the TV show version of Titania, with like the things that she's collecting are cell phones or smartphones. And the orb you're going to get her in, which I kind of laughed at, is the... Where is it? It's the self-absorbed orb. I just thought that was kind of funny. Man, that's just me. Okay, so they're going to change this event up a little bit. For the month of February, you're going to actually do 7 events instead of 4. And theoretically, each one of those events is going to be a little bit less precious, so you don't have to complete every single event, which is good, because this first event is kind of a dick. Like, it's not an easy looking event unless my math is way off. So it's kind of good, but kind of bad. We'll see where we land. So you're going to have events on the 2nd, 6th, 9th, 13th, 16th, 20th, and 23rd, which is going to feel really good, like you're constantly doing something, as well as quick rumble milestones on the 3rd, 10th, 17th, and 24th, and coordinated assault with your alliance on the 12th and 25th. So save up your alliance credits. Your alliance credits. Save up your ISO credits. You know what I mean. You know what you're talking about. The coordinated assault stuff. We've done this before. All right. So here is the month-long event. And you can see it goes up... Well, you can't see it right now. But in theory, it goes up to 750,000, which we've seen before. There's a bunch of these self-absorbed orb fragments, as well as a lot of other good things you're going to want to get. One of the things that it kind of struck me off was... Up here it says, earn up to 100 Titania shards from self-absorbed orbs throughout the month for a guaranteed 3-star unlock. That's one sentence, and it doesn't make sense. Is it earn up to 100, or are you guaranteed to get 3-star? Like, I guess what they're saying is, like, earn up to 100 because maybe you don't finish the month-long event. But if I finish this month-long event, I better at frickin' least get a 3-star Titania. I would like more than that. Like, it's great. It's well and all that you guarantee it, but, like, do you? If it says up to, like, I don't know. I hope you can get a lot higher than just a 3-star. Anyways. So here's the point breakdown. You get 1 for every smartphone, and then you get the Rival's Mask, the Beauty Belt, the Cosmetic Case, Dominator Boots, Diva Necklace, Crusher Gloves, and Killer Leather Jacket. As I said, not every event needs to be completed because there's more events than there are historically. So that's good, but I mean, you're going to try and complete every event anyways, right? Like, that's the whole point of the game, is just to try and do the best you can. There will be a leaderboard if you get at least 300,000 points, so you will get more gold orb fragments, orange gear, milestone 3 orbs, and obviously you can go higher up and get better stuff. But I mean, if you're getting up in these top ranks, you're spending way too much money on this game. Trial of Strength. Okay, so the Trial of Strength starts on February 2nd, which is Thursday. It lasts for 4 days, so it's not very long, and it's a raid event. So you're going to have to participate with your alliance on this. Now, as I've said in other videos, save your raid credits until an event shows up or they're about to expire. We just got the reset, so you've got those 15,000 milestone credits you can cash in. Don't do that yet. Wait until the 2nd. Wait until this event is live. And you can cash in. Like, my group's doing Doom 2 right now, and we're getting between 30 and 60% every time. So that's 4,000 raid credits per event. The event doesn't start for 6 days, and it runs for 4 days, so we should be able to get 10 Doom raids in there for 40,000 credits. Add that to the 15 in the milestone, that's 55,000 credits, which you'll notice gets you milestone 1. Congratulations, you made it to the first milestone by hoarding your raid credits for a week and a half. F this event, seriously. Raid credits are a 1-for-1 basis, and if you open a gold orb, congratulations, you get 5,000 credits for that. So that's something and you kind of want to open orbs anyways, but you need to really, really stockpile some golden orbs between now and then if you haven't already. I was up to about 150 gold orbs, and I'm down to, I think, 60 right now, so I'm not in a great position for this, especially when you break down the math. You're going to have to do, if you only do golden orbs, and you don't do any raids, you're not an alliance or whatever, you're going to have to open 380 golden orbs to get just the Rivals Mask. Not even the finish the event. I didn't even do the math to finish the event because screw that. I don't even care. 7 million points? No. Screw that. Just to get to the Rivals Mask, that's 380 orbs you'll need to open. And if you are like me, like in my alliance, where you're going to get 4,000 points per every raid you do for the next 10 days, and the 15,000 saved in my inbox just in case something like this showed up, congratulations, now you only need to open 369 orbs. Cool. Got there. They're telling you to hoard in this game, and even when you do, they're like, nah, it's not enough. Hoard more. Just keep hoarding. Never open anything unless we tell you to. Sorry, I don't like to be negative, but like I don't know how else to look at this. Like, this is a crap event. It just is. Okay, let's try and be positive for a second and actually talk about the thing as if it's possible. If you can collect all of the smartphones and the Rivals Mask, that'll get you 64,000 points towards the main month-long milestone, which is actually pretty good considering this is only one of 7 events. You'll also be getting shards for the the Wakandans, as well as, if you get low enough, the web people. You'll also get things for the Tangled Web, which is Spider-Weaver, Spider-Man, and Spider-Man 2099. Spider-Man Noir and Spider-Man 2099. They're pretty low down, and quite frankly, you probably don't need Spider-Weaver anymore because last month. But sure. And it's worth noting that the Wakandans are the actual Wakandans. Like, you're going to get M'Baku shards. I don't see any Nadia shards on here. I don't see any 1 million BC Black Panther. Like, these are all very farmable characters until you get down to Spider-Man Noir, which is still over 1 million points down. So, and the thing is, even if you've hoarded gold orbs, you probably hoarded them to hoard them. Like, you don't want to crack. Like, if you've got 380 golden orbs, was this the event you were waiting for to crack them all? Sorry, I'm going back to being negative, but this event blows my mind. Like, do better, Scopely. Like, reward us for playing the game, not for hoarding rewards in the game. This is just bad. And there's a leaderboard for it. We can get Dormammu shards and stuff like that if you pay stupid amounts of money. I can't even imagine how much money people are spending on this game to get up that high, but if you can do it, congratulations. The only other event we're going to talk about is the Stylish Subterfuge, which we're not going to say too much about because it's a Blitz event, and we know how to do Blitz events. Now, the interesting thing about this is it is the team is not a full team. It's the Secret Avengers. There's only 3 of them. So even if you have all 3 of them maxed out at 7 stars, that's only going to be 15,000 points per run, a little bit more than that. But essentially 15,000 points per run, whereas normally, say, like Web Warriors, you could get 25,000 points per run and only really have to do this event. You blitz 4 times and you're done. You will have to do a bit more blitzing than that. You'll still win. Like, you're still going to get 100,000 points on this. Blitzing in this game is frustrating, but super easy. So you will complete this. There's nothing crazy rewards here. You're going to get about 14,000 smartphones, and that's about it. But it's easy. Like, this won't take you long, especially if you've been playing for a while. If you're a mid-tier player or a high-end player, this will be very simple. And even if you're a low-end player, like, these 3 characters are still really good in the game, and I highly recommend getting them. And all 3 of them are very farmable. So work towards these 3. They will do you well if you're early game, and even mid to late game, they're still pretty strong. Captain Sam, like, all 3 of them, really. All 3 of them are very strong characters. I don't know that I'd take them up to Gear Tier 17. Like, that's probably a bit too far, but, like, you should get them to 17 or 7 stars if you can. They're very good. This was kind of cool news. I didn't see this one coming. Quicksilver is coming to the game, and he's going to be a Crucible player. Now, what I mean by that is he's not necessarily going to be good in Crucible, although I'm sure he will be, but he's going to be a character that you earn through shards from playing Cosmic Crucible. I think Cosmic Crucible is one of the more fun events in this game. It's one of the things I actually really like about the game. And it seems to be competing, at least for me, with Arena as one of the most profitable ways to play this game. So the fact that they're now introducing new characters that you can earn through this, I think is fantastic. I'm not the biggest Quicksilver fan, but I'll get him. Hopefully he works well with Magneto and Scarlet Witch. That'd be awesome. I think he could be really cool. And it depending on what era they take him from, he could be Brotherhood, he could be Avenger. But it says here that they want to keep him as plug-and-play as possible, so he's not really going to be part of a team, so that you can just drop him in. There's no release date on when he's coming. They just want to show you his energetic profile picture, which I think is pretty cool. I like it. I like that they're just announcing characters and just being like, you know what? He's coming in the future. There's no big event towards him. He's not required for Apocalypse. Just, here's a cool character. I like it. Thanks. This is exciting for me and maybe me alone, but so be it. Pestilence Scourge is coming back on January 30th. Why is that exciting for me? Because this will get me my 7-star on Morgan Le Fay. I think that's great. I'm looking forward to it. I have enough shards that it's almost a guarantee. Short of basically me not playing the event, I'm going to get 7 stars on her. And then I'll get put into that different, like the champions bracket, where instead of getting Morgan Le Fay shards from the milestones, I'll get something else. Basically, I'll go from being the top of the pile to the bottom of the pile again, where I'm used to. Yay. Costume shop editions. There's going to be a decked out Loki and Shang-Chi coming up. It's the President Loki, which, to the best of my knowledge, doesn't work in the game. I've heard lots of people, I don't own him, but a lot of people I've talked to or have listened to who do own him say he doesn't work. So hopefully they fixed that by now. And Shang-Chi's new Year of the Rabbit costume will be available. I don't know what that looks like, but that's kind of cool. I like that they're bringing new costumes out. Strike Pass is going to be Dazzler and Sunfire. Now, it's only going to be 2 weeks long, but they've adjusted what you need to do so that you can theoretically still beat the entire Strike Pass in those 2 weeks. Sunfire and Dazzler are both part of the Unlimited X-Men. You need them for Apocalypse. Who knows? If you're close to beating one of those characters, it might be worth it to look at that Strike Pass, but I like that. I like those characters. Character availability. U.S. Agent is coming to all the orbs, and Deathpool will be removed from the Mega Orb. Now, that's a little surprising. She's a little bit newer of a character. She's old, don't get me wrong, but like usually when they take a character out, it's a very old character. So I'm interested they're taking Deathpool out. I don't actually have her at 7 stars yet, so be it. Elite Store, what is it? We've got Captain Carter and the 7th Red Star for Ultron, which you'll have to purchase with Dark Promotion credits. Very cool. Free Claim Friday is actually really good this week. I mean, it's always good. It's always free. So you can get 5 Titania character shards, 7,500 Justice medals, and 2,500 symbiote samples. Now, those aren't going to blow your game up or anything, but they're all free. All you have to do is click a couple of times. Let's not complain about really easy things. It's only available for 24 hours, so get on it right away. And then as far as the weekly events that are coming up, we've got a Ghost Blitz on January 30th. Also on January 30th, the Ebony Maw event is coming back. February 1st, you're going to have 24 hours to level up your commander points for double rates. And Chaos Theory starts on February 3rd, where you're going to use Wakandan characters to earn silver and gold promotional credits. And that's it for this week. Thank you so much for staying with me. I apologize for missing last week. As I said at the beginning of this year, I want to start making content quicker and more often, and instead of doing the exact opposite and gone 2 weeks and made nothing. So I apologize for that. Once life settles down a little bit, as if that ever happens, I want to get back into making more videos. And one of the things that I'm really curious to do is do more movie videos. Now, probably keeping it a little bit nerdier, but I would like to branch out a little bit. With YouTube, you always see people make multiple channels so that they can have like one channel dedicated to this, one channel dedicated to that. Is that worth it? Is that necessary? Like, I mean, right now it feels silly because I've got, I love all of my subscribers and thank you so much for being here. And thank you for sticking around this late in the video. Give me a like and a subscribe if you've made it this far. That's awesome. I appreciate you. But do you care what I have to say about things other than Marvel Strike Force? Like, if I make a video about, say, the Oscars coming out, and I realize, like, that's the worst topic I could have chosen because everybody doesn't care about the Oscars except for me. But, like, Would any of you care? Like, do you want to know what I have to say about Everything Everywhere All at Once or Tar? Do you want to know what I have to say about, like, new movies coming out? Like, if the Ant-Man trailer drops, do you want me to watch that? Like, or do you want me to just talk about this and just put out more videos for Marvel Strike Force, which is a totally valid option if that's what you like, if that's what you want. I'm happy to do it when I have time. But let me know. Let me know what you're thinking. Let me know what you'd love to see and what you want out of this channel, and we can grow this community together, and I think that'll be awesome. I love you guys. Have a great week. Good luck to you.